This chicken gyoza recipe is delicious because it has a filling that combines chicken, leek, and ginger. It's crispy and tender when perfectly fried and tastes even better with a savory dipping sauce. This is such an easy recipe to make, and you should always have a bag of these in your freezer. Welcome to Anita's Kitchen, where we're making chicken gyoza. For the chicken, I've got 4 chicken thighs that I've already trimmed off the fat and rough chopped. I'm adding it to a food processor and running it on high until it turns into a paste, stopping frequently to scrape down the mixture for an even grind. This took me about 1 minute. You can use ground chicken from the store, but I find this way tastier. Add the chicken to a large bowl. Let's prepare the filling. I'm starting with about 8 leaves of Napa cabbage. I have them stacked so I can easily slice the leaves, then I can turn it and begin dicing it. You want to end up with about 200 grams of cabbage. I'm placing it all in a bowl and adding salt, which will bring the water out. Now I'll set it aside to prep everything else. I'm using a Julienne peeler on 1 carrot. First I'll use the peeler to matchstick the carrot, then I'll gather it all up and dice it. If you don't have a Julienne peeler, slice the carrot in half lengthwise, thinly slice, and then continue until you can dice it. Add it all to the bowl of chicken. I'm using a spoon to peel 15 grams of ginger. I'll thinly slice it, trying to keep everything together. Then I can turn and slice it into strips and then small dice. I'm not using a grater because I want to taste the ginger. You'll notice we're not adding a lot of seasoning to the mixture, and it's for this reason. Next, I'm adding 30 grams of leek, just thinly slicing it and adding it to the mixture. If you can't find leek or don't want to purchase it just for this recipe, use about 3 green onion instead. I'm just going to put 2 garlic cloves through a garlic press. You could put the ginger, leek, and garlic in a food processor, but I like the pops of flavor for this recipe. Back to the cabbage. By this time, a lot of water has been released. I'm going to grab handfuls and squeeze out all the extra water, and I'll add the cabbage to the bowl. To season the mixture, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Chinese cooking wine, half tablespoon of toasted sesame oil, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a half teaspoon of white pepper. Use chopsticks or your hands to combine everything into a sort of paste. This was my arm workout for the day. Set the mixture aside to prep the work area for wrapping. I've got a little spoon to spoon out the mixture, a bowl of water, a parchment-lined baking sheet, and store-bought wrappers. I've opened the package and I'm keeping it covered by a tea towel so they don't dry out. To wrap gyoza, place one in the palm of your non-dominant hand and spoon out about a 1/4 tablespoon of the mixture into the center. To seal, wet a finger and run it along the edges of the wrapper. Fold the wrapper in half and pinch the center shut, then use your index and thumb to make folds towards the center, working outwards, then do the other side. Make sure everything is sealed well and then continue until they're all done. Here's a close-up. You can also speed up the whole process and skip the pleats altogether. This made about 35 gyoza. I had extra filling left, so I rolled them into meatballs. There's no binders, so they are rather loose, but I'm going to freeze them, so it's fine. I've set aside what I'm planning to make now, and I'll use plastic wrap to seal up the tray and place the gyoza in the freezer overnight. Then I'll transfer to a freezer-safe bag in the morning. Now to cook the gyoza. I'm adding about a half tablespoon of vegetable oil to a cold pan, then add in the gyoza, using them to spread the oil around. Then setting the heat to medium-high. Once the first gyoza has a golden brown bottom, I'm pouring in about a 1/4 cup of water and adding a lid so the gyoza can steam. After about 6 minutes, the lid comes off and I'm adding a splash of toasted sesame oil. Then the heat goes off. I'm gonna try an impressive scoop and flip, and I failed. So I'll just fix them to show off the crispy bottoms. Now let's eat. I made a simple dipping sauce that I've made on my channel before. Using chicken thighs kept these gyoza juicy, and the pops of ginger just elevates the taste. These are just so good. It's time consuming to make, but if you do, you've got these easy to fry gyoza at your fingertips whenever the craving strikes. It's so worth it. Thank you for watching. Please leave a thumbs up and subscribe.